Kerr-Wright, the Cosmic Cupcake, with your AstroBites for April 20th through the 27th. And man, have we got a week ahead of us. And here's the deal, guys. You know, I didn't even really write anything up for this because all I got to tell you is changes are coming. I talked about this last week in my video, and what I said then still rings true today. We are setting up for what is called a grand cross, and this is a huge astrological, astronomical configuration in the sky. Okay, it's 4 planets now that are at 90-degree angles, you know, oppositions to each other. Basically, they just make a big cross. And they're in cardinal signs, so that's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, okay? And being that they're in cardinal signs, they're initiators, they're heralding in new things, okay? And being at odds with each other, such as they are in the squares and the oppositions, squares in astrology demand change. You cannot stay, if you have squares in your chart, which most people do somewhere, those are the areas where you are constantly being, you know, driven to make adjustments and make changes in your lives. So it's not an easy aspect to sit with for very long. And all of this is coming together. You know, we've had pieces and parts of this already in play. You know, the Uranus-Pluto square is something that we've been dealing with now for a couple of years. And so everything that I have been telling you all along about letting go, making the changes, getting in integrity with who you are you in, you know, the right job, the right relationship, you know, I mean, as best you know. Sometimes we just really don't know, but most of us really do. And so anything that has been being shoved to the side, we've had the blinders on, I'm not going to look, I'm just going to pretend everything's okay, well, I'm sure he'll change, I'm sure the job will get better, none of it is going to work anymore. Done. Okay? And that's the energy that's going to be happening over the next few weeks. Now, a configuration like this is going to take place on the 23rd and the 24th. And everything is going to be lined up perfectly at 13 degrees, because what's going to happen is, again, we've had Uranus-Pluto in this configuration. Jupiter's going to join up with it, which is always kind of a little protection and help there. But Mars is a trigger planet. Mars will trigger off things, okay? And Mars is going to join that crew. And Mars is retrograde, so as well as Pluto at this point. So what we've got is basically a ticking time bomb. It will, because we are such stubborn human beings, and we don't always just flow with everything the way the universe is trying to get us to flow and understand all of this stuff. Because we resist, because we persist, what happens is this energy is going to manifest in other places, in other ways. So, I mean, it's really it's all about everybody. I did a little sign-by-sign thing here for everybody for this week coming up, but this energy is going to impact us all, and all the way down to, like, literally the earth that we stand on. And so, you know, yeah, earthquakes, yeah, water events, yeah, crazy weather. A lot of wild things are going to be happening over the next several weeks, because configurations like this don't just happen overnight. They build up for a very, very, very long time. So really, this has been building, like I said, probably for the last 2 years at least, if you look and really think about it, as things come to a conclusion or new things begin. You know, this isn't it's not always a terrible time. Most people experience it as trouble because they don't want to let go and they don't want to change. But if you're really into it and you're really open to it, you know, things don't always have to be so darn tough. And so all of this shift is going to be taking place as it took many years to build up. It's going to take that many to kind of settle down on the other side. So we'll see some specific events next week, some more specific events the following week. We've really already had a couple, as a matter of fact, we've had so many earthquakes in these last few weeks. My friend Andrew Brewer has been predicting these quakes that have been happening over, you know, all over the world for these last few weeks, and you know, he's an astrologer too, so he knows what's going on here. And this is gonna, so we're gonna see the continuation of some major events over the next few weeks. Now, all of this stuff, see, what we have to remember is anything that blows up, anything that comes to a head, is for the better. And that's the big piece that most people miss when they're talking about this configuration. It's just all like, oh, it's scary and it's big and everybody's afraid of change and we're all going to die. And it's not like that. It's, you know, all of this is going to create better, because in order to create better, sometimes we have to rid ourselves of the old ways of thinking, the old ways of doing things. And so therefore, what we end up with is a better life for ourselves. And I'm just, you know, strictly focused on the individuals. Again, there are plenty of people out there making global predictions for what's going to happen, and there will be quite a bit of activity. So, but the old has to come down for the new to be able to begin. And again, this has been building up for quite some time, so it's not going to be a surprise. It may produce shocking events, but none of them will be a surprise. So, all that said, for this week, Aries, your job this week is to not start or try to finish any arguments with people this week, okay? Just let it go. You're right in the firing line here with all this stuff. There's a lot of very, very intense energy for you. Taurus, you also really need to take a back seat in just about any matters that are going on. Just lay low this week. Gemini, you on the other hand need to get a little proactive and head off anything that, you know, any possible confrontations early in the week before this hits. So, and again, this is going to be the 23rd and the 24th. Cancer, this is a great week for you to begin a very open dialogue with loved ones, people that are very close to you. You might find, you're probably going to find that they're not as far from you in thinking as you thought. Okay, these are not your enemies, these are your family people. These are your people. Leo, go slow. Okay, fire signs, remember, you guys may be prone to, you know, mistakes or accidents. You'll be fine if you just like count to, you know, 10 before you take any action. So, as a matter of fact, I have to mention my husband has a terrible cold this week. It's going to force him to go slow. So if you have a cold this week, say thank you. Virgo, fuzzy thinking is not your favorite way to be. This week you're going to have definitely a lot of confusion around you. So again, if you're not sure how to proceed, the answer is always do nothing. Libra, one of the things that you need to do this week is not defend yourself. And what I mean by that is don't let people walk all over you, of course, but don't waste your time. If somebody isn't seeing you for exactly who you are and the way you want them to see you, you're not going to change their minds, okay? So just don't even bother with that this week. Scorpio, outside validation for you, gathering all of this information, is no longer valid. And this is a big turning point for you. So you got this. If you're in the middle of reinventing yourself in any way, just proceed the way you know now, okay? You have all the information you need. Sag, don't gamble. That's a really simple instruction for the week. Don't take any risks with your money this week. It's just really important. In the weeks to come, you'll get back to your normal, you know, lucky hunches, and you'll be able to do that again, but don't do it this week. Capricorn, your words are going to have some tremendous power this week to influence people in a positive way. So be the peace in the chaos that may be around you. Aquarius, it's okay to help others financially. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Sag. Don't go overboard with spending your money. You know, don't go co-signing loans or anything like that for people. Take them to lunch. Do something simple if you want to say thank you to someone. You don't have to mortgage your house for them. Pisces, tune up your listening ear this week, because a lot of people are going to be leaning on you with their stories. So you got this. You know how to do that very well. And just don't take on their problems, you know, but you know better than that, right? So how is all of this going to impact you in your chart? Well, you need to find out. There's 4 areas of your life that are being shifted in one way or another. How can you manage these energies? Well, that's what a good astrologer can show you. So if you want to get a reading, contact me at astrogirl12.com. And when you go to my website, you can sign up for my monthly newsletter that I send out discounts and information about events that are coming up and all kinds of fun things. And you can also subscribe to this channel for updates. Sometimes I get a little random with these videos. I don't always have time to do them, so you want to know when the next one's coming out so you don't have to keep like checking back and seeing if I have something out on YouTube to help you through the week. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Until next time, be good to each other and fasten your seatbelts. Let me know how things are going for you out there too. Thanks, bye.